Morning, everybody. I'm Derek, this is Rocking E Forge, and welcome to part 2 of my road trip across America from Connecticut to Washington State. Hopefully, you don't mind me eating my breakfast while I chat. Now, in the previous video, I went from Connecticut all the way to Indiana Dunes National Park, stopping at Cuyahoga National Park in Ohio on the way, and today I've got a long day of driving ahead of me because I am headed west and then turning south to St. Louis to see the Gateway Arch because that is a national park, and I'm going to pass through there, see the arch, get the stamp, and keep on driving. And I've got a hotel booked near Kansas City that I'm going to be staying at tonight, and then later on in the video we are going all the way to the Badlands National Park in South Dakota and possibly Wind Cave. I'm gonna finish my breakfast and then we're gonna get on the road, but let's get rocking. All right, I'm back on the road, and I know what you're probably thinking. Hotels? You stayed in a hotel night 1, you finally camped night 2, and you're planning to stay in a hotel night 3. By the thumbnail, I thought this was supposed to be, truck bed camping across America. What's going on? Why are you staying in hotels? Well, in order to see all of the national parks that I want to see, specifically going all the way south to St. Louis to see the Gateway Arch, and then going west and then northwest, in order to make day 4 not 12 and a half hours of straight driving, I need to make it as far west as possible, which means I booked a hotel near Kansas City so that I can just drive for, that 8 to 9 hour period, and then have a good night's sleep, not need to set up the camp and everything by the time I get there at probably 8 or 9 p.m. So that's my reasoning behind staying in hotels. I am planning to camp a significant portion of the later half of this trip. I'm planning on going through at least Grand Teton and probably Yellowstone National Park. I've been through Yellowstone twice already in my life, and I really enjoy it. I'm not sure if I want to do the whole day's drive through, but camping in Yellowstone and maybe fishing in Yellowstone is something that's on my list of things I want to do. In the meantime, I'm getting back on the road, and I'll see you at the Gateway Arch. It appears we are driving kind of past or through Springfield, so we get to see the capital, University of Illinois, Springfield. A pretty building over there. It only took 15 minutes, but I finally found parking that had fit the trailer. I'm gonna take my lunch and go see the Gateway Arch. It's a gorgeous building. So this, I think, is the courthouse or something. Real pretty. Starting to see it peek around the corner of the Hyatt. That's a bit of a better view. Got the Gateway Arch and then the Gateway National Park over to the right, and that's where I'm going. Very nice. It's beautiful. It's a lot nicer without all the buildings and the streets in the way. Just gonna sit here near the arch, have a sandwich, and then go see if I can't get my stamp and a sticker. All right. Selfies taken. Here's the free museum at the Gateway Arch National Park. Oh, there's a tram ride, apparently. I'm not gonna do that. I'm hoping the stamps for the national park are in here. Entrance for the tram, I presume. First national park that I've had to go through a security checkpoint for, so that's kind of interesting. We've got this cool map here, right off to the side, coming down the stairs, going into the main actual area. I'm really just looking for a sticker. Hey. Cool reminder that it is in fact National Park Week. Holy cow. There's a whole museum. Glad I paid for 2 hours of parking. Alright, I'm not going to take you through this whole museum, but to get some cool stuff. to today, building the arch. Foyer. Okay, so apparently there are trams north and south that go up to the top of the Gateway Arch. North is closed. It sounds like it takes about half an hour, and I think I would be remiss to skip out on it, so I guess I better go do that. But coffee first. Ours. Alright, well, in the interest of being respectful to those I was riding with, and take a video of me riding up in the tram, but let's just say it was a very cramped little car riding up to the top of the Gateway Arch, but very cool experience, fascinating. There are 1,076 steps that the general public is not allowed to access, and so we skipped and made it up, took some pictures and videos at the top, down on the Mississippi River behind me, and the city side on the west side. So pretty cool. Glad I went up. Now I need to get back to my truck because I paid for 2 hours of parking smartly. Thankfully I did that, but I probably am running out pretty quick. So gotta get back on the road, and I got another, I think, 3 to 4 hours to Kansas City to my hotel. So time to get back on the road. And no parking. Successful, albeit took a while to find parking, but got my stickers, got my stamp, got an opportunity to get a picture from them, which I'll probably have to pay for and probably won't. Alright, I am about to get on the road again. Just looked up in Google Maps, it's another 3 hours and 51 minutes to the hotel I booked, which is great. It'll force me to get as far west as I can comfortably in a day's drive tonight, so that I minimize the amount of time that I spend driving tomorrow. I'm going to be pretty tired by the time I get there, which is why I booked the hotel, so I can get a good night's sleep and then do the long haul tomorrow all the way through to the Badlands of South Dakota. So getting back on the road, and we'll see you in a little bit when I stop for probably either a bathroom break or dinner. So let's roll. All right, we are crossing the Missouri River. Lots of bugs on the windshield, sorry about that. They are out in force on today's drive. I just pulled into my hotel, and it just straight up has a 2-story water slide attached to it. And I'm not gonna lie, I might go try it out. So today has been another long day of driving, mostly. We did go to Gateway National Park, which was a blast. I wish that I'd been able to film more videos at the Gateway Arch National Park, but due to wanting to preserve the privacy of the people that were around me in the little tram, etc., I didn't take a ton of video. As far as how far I've gotten today, I am just north of Kansas City, Missouri, still in the state of Missouri, and I have on the tripometer 1,456 miles driven since I left Connecticut. So We are making progress across the country and continuing westbound at every single day. So tomorrow, my plan is currently to turn back north and drive mostly northwest all the way up to Badlands National Park in South Dakota. That's about a 9.5 hour nominal drive, and I'm hoping to make it there by the end of the day. If not, my plan is to find a campsite somewhere up there near Badlands and hit the national park in the morning. Goal is to make it to Badlands National Park and maybe even through Badlands National Park before they close, which means I'm going to have to get out of here super early tomorrow morning. And as such, I am going to be finishing this drink and then hitting hay after I take all the clips and stuff off my phone, because I'm basically going to eat breakfast at like 6 tomorrow morning and hop on the road and drive as straight through to Badlands as I can, and we'll see where things go from there. So everything's going to be up in the air for tomorrow, but I am looking forward to getting on the road and seeing where I end up. So cheers again, and we'll see you tomorrow morning. Up before the sun, gonna grab some breakfast and get on the road, and this is day 4. I'll see you back on the road. Alrighty, breakfast eaten, coffee in hand. Let's get back on the road. Now, according to Google Maps, I've got a 9-hour drive ahead of me, which is better than the 9.5 hours that I was originally planning on. However, I am still leaving. It is before 7 a.m. It's currently 6:50 a.m. here in Liberty, Missouri. That'll give me extra flexibility to allow me to stop for lunch, bathroom breaks, stuff like that. And I am trying to make it all the way to Badlands National Park in South Dakota before they close at 5 p.m. So I'm gonna long haul it today and take as few stops as I possibly can. So wish me luck. Let's roll. I take it that is the Sergeant Floyd Monument. So even on the drive, we still got to see it. So that was the first sign that I've seen. Maybe I've missed a few. The first sign that I've seen for wall drug here in South Dakota. Now, my GoPro will be full of these signs, at least a few of them, because as we get closer and closer to Wall, South Dakota, those signs will start counting down the distance to the drugstore. Wall Drug used to be, still kind of is, the oasis, so to speak, at the end of the Badlands in South Dakota. I'm going to be driving through Badlands National Park, but it was the point where, as people crossed the Badlands in this kind of time frame, that as they crossed the barren wasteland, so to speak, they would get to Wall Drug and have the opportunity to get some water, food, replenish their supplies, so to speak, and then carry on west. Well, Wall Drug has continued to be a location where people have wanted to stop because of its historical significance, but they started putting up billboards counting down the distance to Wall Drug. Now, these billboards are all over the country and all over the world. I saw one, I think, on my drive from California to Connecticut, somewhere in like Arizona or something. And then I know that there are signs in Mexico. I think there's a sign at the North Pole, all pointing an arrow toward Wall Drug and giving a distance that you would have to travel to get there. It was kind of a worldwide inside joke, so to speak, which I find very entertaining. We will be visiting Wall either today or tomorrow. It'll depend on how late I get into the Badlands, where I end up trying to stay tonight. So maybe I'll end up trying to camp in or near Wall and seeing the sights, so to speak, as I get closer. As of right now, I've still got about 4.5 to 5 hours on the road, and that's just to get to the mouth of Badlands National Park. So Wall will be either later in this video or early in the next one. All right, I've made it to Badlands National Park. The beautiful mountains behind me is what characterizes the Badlands National Park. Absolutely beautiful, breathtaking. So I'm about to drive through Badlands National Park and hit Wall Drug once we get through. So let's go. It's gorgeous, absolutely incredible. Making my way through, it's about 4 miles or 5 miles into the national park itself to get to the visitor center. We're gonna get our stamp and we're gonna get a sticker like I always do in all the national parks. All right, this is the Ben Rifle, looks like, visitor center, and it is the one that is furthest southwest in the park, if I remember correctly. All right, so I always get a sticker that I can put on my cooler every national park that I go to. And I also started out getting the fancy like national park sticker, and then I think this year, or recently at least, they started doing these super cool travel stamps that have the edges like an old stamp, and I've been putting them in my book, in my passport. And I like the little stamps, so I decided to buy those. And I bought Badlands, obviously. The first time I did this kind of similar trip, I visited the Minuteman Missile Silo National Historic Site, and they didn't have stickers when I was there, or they didn't have them up until recently, so I got one of those. And then I'm going to be visiting Wind Cave National Park probably tomorrow, so I preemptively bought this sticker because one of the national parks I went to early on, might have been Cuyahoga, didn't have these fancy stamp stickers. So I'm going to put these here in the book, and then we're going to get on the road. The guy in there said it was about 45 minutes to Wall going through the park if I don't stop, and obviously we're going to stop, but it's 3:48 p.m. right now, which means I've got ample time to leisurely drive through the park, maybe stop and do a short little walk around. I'm going to take a look at the map at one of the loop trails and then get to Wall maybe for dinner and figure out where I'm going to stay tonight. So I am here at the Saddle Pass trailhead, and from looking at the map, it's not a loop, it goes way across to the entrance. So I'm not going to do the hike all the way across, but I am gonna just kind of wander in and wander out and see what there is to see. So we are here, and this actually goes all over the place. I am just gonna kind of wander in here and see the sights a little bit. There's not really an established trail, so I'm just kind of following the dirt. This is the beautiful landscape we're wandering around in. It is a balmy 62-ish degrees, real nice. So I took my sweatshirt off. We're just wandering around. All right, well, that dude was just coming down from there, so I feel challenged. I need to go up and see what the view looks like from up that, I don't know, like 30-foot tall spire. I'm not even breathing that hard. It was worth it. It's pretty cool. I gotta watch my step because it's like kind of a sheer drop. Can't see on that side. Let's turn around and look at the other side. Now I gotta go back down. So this is cool, but that trail looks a lot scarier going down. A lot scarier. So it was one thing coming up here and not looking down, but I'm gonna go ahead and put the phone away and do a very controlled descent here and see you at the bottom. before I go too far, all of this, it's just crumbly, dry stone slash dirt slash caked mud. At this point, I'm literally just like sitting and scooting on my butt because this trail looks a lot scarier going down. Okay, I got down the steepest part of the trail, and now I understand why that dude was coming down so slow. That was terrifying. Again, it really didn't look that bad from way down there, but way worse trying to come back down. Anyway, really pretty. Really, I mean, it's still worth it. That was cool. And that's the extent I want to do the trail here. So let's keep on driving. This is a 75 million year walk. I don't know if I want to be here that long. Boardwalk reminds me of the one around the colored pool in Yellowstone. Kind of neat. I got one of those, the petrified forest. And that was the fossil walk. I am still in the park. I am kind of just driving through the prairie portion of the park, but I figured I'd give my thoughts on Badlands National Park. And so far, love it. Very cool, beautiful sights. There are some large animals over there way off the road that could be bison. Hard to tell from here. They're just kind of big black or dark dots on landscape. Not even worth trying to zoom in with my phone. They would be just a blurry dot. But I'm keeping an eye out for any that are close to the road on the 10 or so miles I've got left in the park. For those of you that are coming through South Dakota or planning to go to South Dakota, Badlands National Park is gorgeous. Lots of scenic overlooks to look at, take pictures, selfies, whatever. It's very accessible. I know I mentioned that during my discussion on Cuyahoga, like there are some of the trails not really accessible if you've got mobility issues, but Badlands is almost best experienced from just driving through it. Oh, prairie dogs! Reminds me of that scene in Avatar: The Last Airbender. I don't think they'll sing with this though. They will sing with us. Oh my god. It's so cute. Very cute. Very cute. That little detour. Looks super fun to go hiking out through the desert almost, so to speak, and up into those spires and interesting rock formations. Gorgeous views up there. Park is beautiful. I absolutely recommend to anybody. But now I am on my way out and on my way to Waldrug, so we'll see you in a few minutes. Yep, just in time for me to leave the park. Holy cow, he is big. Check that big boy out. Good night. What a monster. Hi, buddy. Hi, buddy. Here's the one. Here's another big boy. Jeez. All right, we've seen some bison. What did the buffalo say to his kid when he was about to leave? Bye, son. The big one I took a picture of the photos and videos of first is just now standing on the entrance coming into the park, just standing there. Oh yeah, nice dirt bath, huh? They're having fun. There's the squealing prairie dogs. Super cute. All right, Buffalo Gap. Ah, all right, see, Buffalo Gap. That is precisely where we saw the buffalo. We got to see some bison, and now we are on to Wall, South Dakota. All right, after one national park and, let's see, we went from 1,400 some miles to 2,118 miles today. We have made it to Wall Drug and Wall, South Dakota, which will be my destination for the night. This is what I'm talking about. There are pictures all over the world on the Baghdad Express, all over the world of signs telling you how far away from Wall Drug you are. And it's just become kind of a worldwide icon. And it's a national landmark at this point. But a lot of history, built in 1931 as kind of a pit stop, so to speak, coming through the Badlands, and a place to get ice water and 5-cent coffee. As you can see, they've got hallways. This is the second one that I've gone down, filled with just the Wild West life, pictures of Native Americans, ranch hands, and Wild Bill Hickok and his monument. It's just kind of a tribute to the Old West. And it's been around since 1931. It's been going strong. It's just kind of this cool landmark, cool place to stop, souvenir shop, cafe, kind of does everything. And still a great spot to stop once you finish in the Badlands. All right, that was Wall Drug. As you can see, I got some stickers. It is time to go looking for a campsite. So, see you in a minute. I looked around on Google Maps, called ahead. I booked a KOA campsite in Rapid City, which is about 48 minutes west from here. I was originally gonna chill here in Wall, but I think getting a little further west and getting a designated campsite would be great. So we're on our way to Rapid City. We'll be there in now. I'm here at a KOA in Rapid City in the process of getting dinner fixed and eaten, and I'm thinking the drink I'm making tonight is just a finger of nice bourbon for the night. We're gonna drink it neat and we're gonna call it a night because I am beat. Total mileage for the trip thus far is 2,170 miles, and approximately 10 to 11 hours of that was today. So I'm tired, and I think this is where I'm going to end the video. So just note that my drink is a finger of Old Forge Distillery 100 proof bourbon, and I'm going to enjoy every drop of it before I hit the hay. In the next part of this video series, I will be headed to Wind Cave National Park, in about 2 to 3 hours south of me here in Rapid City right now, and I'll be doing a little spelunking. But if you enjoyed this video, please drop a like, leave a comment, hit subscribe, ring that notification bell. If you want to support me in the channel further, please consider becoming an honorary striker on my Patreon. That link is in the description below the video. or become a member on my YouTube channel. That link or ability to do that is down there somewhere. And as always, keep on rocking.